Okay, good morning, families. I wanted to verbally communicate the email, so I'm just going to read the email verbatim so that you can listen to it. As promised, I'm sending out a checklist for Monday and Tuesday this week. In that checklist, you will find our math groups and social studies presentation groups. There are a few families who seem overly anxious about the virtual learning process. You should all realize that every teacher highly values in-person and face-to-face learning. However, we must play with the hand that we're dealt, and we, both parents and teachers, should use this time to catapult our children's independent learning. I think sharing my thoughts with you on this subject might help parents become professional educators, as this crazy situation is requiring. And as you may already have heard me say previously, stay patient. A teacher's greatest asset is patience. It is easy to get frustrated when an 8-year-old doesn't seem to be getting something that you, as an adult, thinks is so easy. We're growing children like flowers. It takes time, patience, persistence, and a little sunlight. Please remain patient and understand that although we aim to limit changes to our weekly schedule, sometimes changes are necessary. Teachers have always been great at last-minute accommodations because there's always something new and exciting that ends up changing the course of the day. As we are all adjusting to the changes in technology, parents will have to share the teachers' and administration's patience as we all figure out how to navigate this new landscape. Regardless, I have included our weekly schedule below to help people with organization. While we do our part to pioneer this new journey of e-learning, there have already been a few studies about children's stress and online education. If your child, not you, feels stressed about being on camera or using Google Zoom meetings, then please continue your independent learning, and we will continue to coordinate by other means of communications like email, phone, or however you best see fit. I think your children have been doing great so far. There will not be a penalty if a student is unable to join our virtual learning. However, they are still expected to complete their work. So please continue to share their work with me, just like you've been doing. While in-person school has extra learning benefits such as teaching children social skills and group skills, virtual learning clearly lacks this. However, this means that the scholastic learning can actually happen quicker with less distraction. If we take advantage of it, this is part of the reason the older children at Kadzima are expected to be more productive with a little less Zoom time. In a classroom, teachers often have to repeat directions and deal with behavioral issues, which takes significant time out of lesson plans. As I'm sure you realize, 7 and 8-year-olds are easily distracted. In a classroom of 18 young kids, they are often anxious to joke with classmates or explore the imagination instead of doing work. Furthermore, while children can benefit from hearing other students' questions, even when they already know the answer, with virtual learning, the student can power through work without distraction. Another time saver. But with shelter in place, they are free of these distractions. Some of the parents have questioned why the younger students may have a little more time on Zoom. And the short answer is that older kids would require more work, require more thinking, more analysis, and more growth. The second grade children are doing work that requires them to figure out answers. Analyzing cannot occur through lecture. It is a process of self-actualization and growth that only the student can achieve. While in kindergarten, teachers gently nudge children through learning, an effective second grade teacher shows them the path and lets them walk it themselves. Again, remember to stay calm and patient. It is completely developmentally normal for some children to ask you many questions. Many questions. Even many that they've already asked you 3 or 4 times in different ways, or even the exact same question over and over. I know that this can be frustrating to an adult, but remember that the child is asking you over and over because each time they ask the same question, they are thinking about the answer and the question differently. Their mind is grappling with the understanding of whatever concept they're thinking about, and they are thinking about it in new and more complex ways. They are naturally often unsure of the result in their mind and how they came up to it, and they need to be reaffirmed that their thinking is correct. To help you with this, first encourage your child to be patient, and then encourage them to write down the question and ask me when I'm online during one of our 3 45 to 60-minute sessions. Or patiently and calmly challenge your child to try and figure it out independently. Remind them that struggling through their thoughts is often strengthening their brain. At school, I ask questions to help them think about things for themselves and not expect the easy answer from an adult. For example, what do the directions say? Or did you read the directions? This helps them realize that the information they are looking for is usually something that they can find themselves. Or, what do you think this means? How do you think you need to answer? Try that and ask Mrs. Sherman if that is what she wanted you to do. I understand that many of you are not professional educators and have come to Kadima specifically for our expertise. But as parents, you are all teachers. Remember, lead by example. A child may not always do what you say, but they will always do what you do. If your child sees you get frustrated and say, "Oh, just forget it, don't do it," that's what they're learning. And if they see you stay calm, help them remember that we can learn more from the struggles and wrong answers than we do from the easy right ones. They will learn that too. But as a parent of 3, also working from home during the shelter in place, I'm realistic too. In that spirit, I hope that when you are frustrated, if you are frustrated, you call me so that together we can show your child how to find appropriate and effective solutions to life's problems, whether it's scholastic or emotional. Much like many of you are forced to do in your career, again, I am here to help. And I again want to stress the fact that the children do not have to attend our virtual conference. That said, during the conference with me, the students can begin and hopefully complete their work. As I'm sure you realize, children often think they understand something until they actually begin working on it, and then all sorts of questions brew in their mind. So I will be there to answer questions and help them stay on track as they do the heavy mental lifting themselves to figure out and complete their assignments. For those of you that would like my help getting the children started on their work and projects, from 8 to 8:45, I will be teaching language arts and reading. From 11 to 11:30, Group 1 will begin math. From 11:30 to 12, Group 2 for math. And from 12 to 12:45, I will be in for our social studies and science, depending on what unit we are on. Again, it is perfectly fine if you choose not to come online or cannot make it for whatever reason. We teachers will be online to add extra assistance and answer questions the moment your child has them. I hope that this helps you and that you find this week will be more smooth. Please take cues from your child. Roll with the punches. And as long as we work together, then your child can continue to grow and progress as a student. Again, throughout the day, any question should be directed at me, not Miss Rita, please. Have a great day. I know that was long. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you all week long.